Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Dan, and I'm an amateur radio operator. My call sign is N9SWA, Arm Fanatics November Niner Sierra Whiskey Alpha. And I'm just here to show you my shack, as we call it, an amateur radio, which is basically my radios, and give a brief description of their capabilities and what they do. And I'll try to keep this short because unfortunately I'm running off my cell phone and I don't have a whole lot of memory on it. I've used a lot with other videos and whatever. So first of all, we're going to start real quick with the laptop. It's an HP, and in the background we've got some logging software, and this one in particular is called it's by N3FJP, and there is a 45-day trial period on it, and after that you purchase it if you like it, and that's what I did because it has all the capabilities I want on it. And moving down below, we've got what's called a straight key, and this is what I love to operate. It's for Morse code, CW as we call it, continuous wave, and all this is a switch. And when you depress this button, it'll make contacts with this lower one, and that produces a connection which produces a signal out to a radio. And I'll show you a demonstration of this real quick. Being a good amateur radio operator, I'll send QRL, which means it's frequency in use, and then I'll send my call sign. And you have to, by law, by the FCC, send out your call sign anytime you transmit. So forgive me, since I'm holding this one hand. I really don't hear anything in the background, so we'll send QRL. Okay, nobody answered. I'm not really looking to make a contact on this video. I just want to do things legally. So okay, we showed you the Morse key, and I've got several others. One my dad gave to me, which I love as well. Okay, we'll start from here. This is the Icon V8000. It's what we call 2 meters, and it's capable of 144.00 megahertz all the way up to 148.00 megahertz. I'm capable of using this with my license class, and so is my wife. She's also an amateur radio operator. She's a technician class, and I'm a general class. Being the further you advance, technician, general, extra, they give you more capabilities. So we use this for local work, emergency communications, weather related, or we just check in the nets and do what we call rag chew, which is just chatting with one another. And really about the capability of this is about 30 miles through repeater, or just a couple miles if you're on simplex. And I can get into that on another video. Up here, this is called an HF rig. This particular radio is a Yaesu 450 Delta. It's capable of 100 watts. The range is 1.600 megahertz all the way up to, I believe, 56.00 megahertz. And I purchased this new in October. The price on this with a discount was about $750. I do a lot of work on this. I operate a lot of CW and upper and lower sideband, as well as FM or AM, which I really don't get into. I prefer the sideband or the CW, mostly CW because I tend to be a CW guy. Up above that, we've got the Intel tuner, and this one's made by MFJ. The model is 929. And what that does is it tunes the antennas for this radio. Now, I only use long wires, and that is just a random length of wire, cut to length, for particular frequencies, and I can operate all frequencies on this one. I've also got an inverted via, which I use on another radio. So that's 929. And because I don't want to harm any of the radios, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut everything off, and I'll move on to the other radios. And I'll scoot up here a little bit and slide this over a little bit. Okay, now this is my Kenwood TS940, which has got almost all the same capabilities as this radio, except this one goes up to 30.00 megahertz. And again, it goes as low as 1.5 megahertz. And it's got the same capabilities as this one. However, I've got this one hooked up to a modem, and that gives me more modes. And I'll tell you about that here in a second. I've had this one for about about 16 years, I guess. It's an old radio, but it does a fantastic job. 100 watts, 125 on a good day when I got a matching antenna. So that's my 940. Now above that, we got a Kenwood TS180. This is older than this radio, and this one is capable of going up to 28 megahertz, or as low as 1.5 megahertz as well. Now this particular radio has got a transmit problem, so I really don't use it. It receives great, but doesn't have full output power. Now up here, we've got a sister to this radio, to this Intel tuner, same model, same capabilities. Now I just purchased this. This is called a Signal Link. This is a modem for a radio. And I'm able to operate PSK31, RTTY, various other modes. And it's just kind of a neat thing I got into within the last couple of days. Now we'll swing on down to here. And this is called an iambic paddle. It's a Morse code key. The difference between this one and this one is this one DA's on that side, DIT's on this one, or if I depress this switch. And when I really want to get fast on CW, I will use this one. I can go pretty quick on the straight key. I think my maximum that I've been able to achieve is about 20 words per minute on the straight key, versus this I can get up to about 25, 30 on a really good day. So that's the radio equipment. Now I've also got a couple of, I don't know if you can see them, they're matching power supplies, and they produce the power to run a lot of the equipment here except for this one and this one, which are actually hooked up to the wall outlet. And so these two are portable as well as the tuner itself. And I haven't gone portable with them yet. I'm going to do a special event station in May, and I probably use this radio, this tuner, and just take those out to the place I'm going to operate. Now up on the wall you're going to see some maps and what have you. This one, it was a free map for a receiver I purchased, and that just shows the call areas in various parts of the world. And up there we got some certificates, SKC, Straight Key, Century Club, and that's for the straight keys. And if you want to become a member, you have to operate a straight key or a paddle. And then up here we got what we call QSL cards. And what a QSL card is, it's just a postcard basically. Once two stations make contact, they may say QSL via, or do you exchange QSL cards? And what that is you write down the information. So if I was to contact my dad, who was a ham radio operator as well, W9ZZJ, I would send him a card saying we spoke on this frequency. We used this mode, whether it be CW or voice, upper or lower sideband, and you came into my station at a 5.9, which is a great signal. I heard you very, very loudly, and on this date or this time. And we all use what's called Zulu time, or UTC. And that's my little clock here. So I'm in Central Time. It's 16:12 Zulu time, or 11:12 Central Standard Time. So that's my shack. As I said, it's pretty modest compared to many other shacks out there, but I'm proud of it. I've worked hard to get the equipment I've got, and I've worked the world on this thing. Literally anywhere from 5 watts all the way up to maximum output power on the radios, which is 100 watts. Now getting your ham radio license is pretty easy. I got mine, like I said, 22 years ago, and at that time they had various license classes, more so than they do now, and Morse code was required, so you had to learn Morse code in order to get your license. Nowadays you don't have to learn Morse code. My wife, who's the technician class, she did not have to get her Morse code, but that does not give her all the capabilities I am. Now though, they changed the laws where even at my class, my general class license, which is not the highest, is medium license class, you still do not have to know Morse code. However, you have to know more theory, so you got to know more math and what have you, and that's pretty cool too. Now, being a CW guy, any of you that are interested in getting your ham license, just because of our history as amateur radio operators and and we've been around for quite a long time. I would suggest that you learn Morse code, if nothing else, just to give you another mode and to be able to contact other stations. And there's various programs out there that will help you learn the Morse. It does take some time, but it's a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm going to stop the video. I appreciate everybody watching, and I look forward to your comments, positive or negative. I'm always looking to improve the videos, streams that I give out there. And any questions about how to get your license or any of the radio equipment, the capabilities or the pricing or what have you, definitely get in touch with me or get in touch with another ham. As I said, you can spend a lot of money on this equipment, or you can spend, just $50 getting some of the 2-meter stuff. So it does not cost you an arm and a leg. And as far as antennas, you can make your own. And any amateur radio operator out there, they can help you with that. And there's books and stuff on the internet. So before my phone stops here, I appreciate you once again for watching it. Look forward to the comments. And this is Dan, and I am an amateur radio operator. Call N9SWA 73s. And I look forward to, as we say, catching that further down the log. Go Badgers. Championship Monday. Gotta love Bucky. Thanks again.